Hey everybody, we're back for another quick look at just the choice before us of which age to which we're going to belong. Now, as soon as you trusted Jesus, as soon as he brought you out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of the light, his kingdom, you already picked. But the issue is we actually have to make that decision every day because we're going to either live according to the way of one age or the way of the other. That has to do with our mindset, our values, our priorities, the way we use our time, our money, everything else, how we live in our relationships. So this is an encouragement to those who are already in the new age through Jesus, the kingdom age of God. If you're already in it, I just want to encourage you to live in it, actively choose those things. If you're not in it yet, this is just a glimpse of what's available to you, both the benefits, the positive, the joy, the gift, but also the struggle that's involved. Because as soon as you choose to abandon the present evil age, there are struggles that immediately begin for you, which it's totally worth going through those struggles to receive all that God is making available and to know him, which is the greatest benefit of all. But just so you know, it's not all puppies and rainbows. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this back around so we can see the board here of verses. So yesterday we were talking about the fact you're going to constantly be tempted to conform to the mold of this age because you're surrounded by the things of this age. But look at 1 Corinthians 2, verse 6. This is one of the reasons you don't want to conform to the mold of this age. The wisdom of this age and the rulers of this age, spiritual and human, are coming to nothing. They're short-lived. So these rulers do have authority and power right now. You could fear them. You could kowtow because you don't want to receive any, pushback or retribution from them. But the issue is there's only so much they can do to you. That's why Jesus said, don't fear those who can kill your body and nothing more. I'll tell you who to fear. Fear the one who can throw both body and soul into Sheol, or into Gehenna, the place of torment and punishment. So they're coming to nothing. They're short-lived. Don't give in to their wisdom, their way of things. Don't give in to the fear that they would instill in you. And I'm not saying don't abide by the authorities, because God put them in charge to, as Paul said, reward those who do good, punish those who do wrong. We're just talking about when they're conflicting with the ways of God and his kingdom, they're coming to nothing. You got to pick which ruler you're going to be most concerned about. And the eternal ruler is the one wisdom would mean, let's go with him. And that's Jesus, that's Father God. And so just remember, who's the lasting ruler that you want to serve, all right? Similar to that, in 1 Corinthians 3:18, if you're wise in this age, meaning you've taken on the wisdom of this age and you are worldly wise, so to speak, where you're in the flow of this world's wisdom, the wisdom of this age, Paul's call to you, his exhortation, it's not even just advice, it's exhorting you, like strongly urging you, become foolish in the eyes of this age so you can become actually wise. And this is going to be a real struggle for a lot of us, because the things that are trendy, the things that seem so true in this current age that are in conflict with our Master's wisdom and truth are going to be logical in their own way. They're going to make sense to us in their own way, but they're just wrong because they conflict with Master, and he's the wisest one. He knows all things and understands them perfectly. So you've got this choice ahead of you. To whom do I want to appear wise? Because you will look foolish to somebody. Like, there's no getting around that. You're either going to look foolish to this age, or you're going to look foolish to your Master. Again, who are you most concerned with? The temporary or the eternal? The ones that are coming to nothing, or the ones that rule forever? I'm just saying, if you got to pick, if you're going to pick to whom to look foolish to this age. Because, by the way, they're going to change their mind. This age is going to change its mind about whatever, Because just look at the social trends, and I'm not going to pick on any particular one of them, but just look at the social trends. They're all changing. They're all vacillating. And they always will. That's how humans are. We're very fickle. You know what I mean? And by the way, the enemy of God and the enemy of humanity doesn't care which direction we take as long as it's not the true way. So there's 1,000 options. He'll be perfectly fine if we go tromping down that road because it leads to destruction. He don't care which one it is. The master's way is the only way that leads to full and endless life. So be foolish to this age, because to the people who don't see reality, the ones who see reality look crazy. And it's really interesting because there's a lot of TV shows and movies that portray this in, I think, very intriguing ways, where there's somebody who knows what's going on, no one else does, and so the person who knows what's going on looks like they're nuts, but they're the only ones who get it, who get reality. And that's where we are. I mean, ultimately, the ones who see the way of Jesus and love it and pursue it, they look like they're nuts, or they look like they're naive, or they look like whatever, but in actuality, they've got the inside track. That's either true or it's not. Obviously you're gonna have to decide what you think about that. But that's the reality according to Jesus. You have to look foolish to him, to the age you're currently surrounded by, in order to be honored as wise by him. So just pick which wisdom. So, we're talking about pick your age. It's pick your wisdom. Which wisdom do you want to be defined by? How about this one? Oh my gosh, this is huge. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 11. Paul says that, and this is beginning in the first century after Jesus goes back to the Father and sends his Holy Spirit on his people. Starting from that moment, the clock starts when this statement's true. We are those upon whom the ends of the ages has come, which is to say, everything in all of the story of creation and the universe has led up to the coming of Messiah, the revelation of who he is and what he came to accomplish. We are the ones living in that time period where we get to know what that is. We get to know what all of this has been about. What Paul calls the mystery, hidden for ages and generations, is finally revealed. You are privileged. Like this right here, if you think that it's unfortunate you're living in this time of the world because of how bad things are, I just want to encourage you, flip the thinking there. You are privileged to live at the time in which the ends of the ages has come. And that's not like disaster movie language. We get to see the purpose of all this, what God's been up to this whole time. And this is amazing. So this is great. Jesus is the purpose of all the ages, past, the present one, and the future ones. And so, again, pick him, because nothing that is calling you, nothing that is inviting your attention and your allegiance and your time and affection, none of that is the purpose of everything. Jesus is. He's the ends of the ages. He's the purpose and focus of all of it. I mean, that's so great. You're so privileged if you are belonging to Jesus. How about this in 2 Corinthians 4:4? The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers. And if you keep reading that section, and again, I only put little summaries here. I hope you'll dig into some of these texts on your own. What the result of his blinding of these minds is that they cannot see the glory of Christ. And so the God of this age being the enemy of God, and the reason I think Paul calls him the God of this age is that he has had such dominating sway over the ways of this age. He's kind of defined the tone and the values of this age. That's why you need rescuing from this present evil age. It's been defined and its boundaries have been set up by a very wicked, rebellious, arrogant being. And so this is why Jesus refers to those who love this age as the children of the devil. Obviously, this is not literally giving birth to them, but they share their father's nature. And so you have to pick who your father is going to be. I mean, there's a lot of picking here, and pick. The good Father who created you, who made you as his image, who has sent his Son and done all things to draw you to himself, who will give you full and endless life in his kingdom and new creation to come. Like the Father who loves you that much, or the Father who wants to steal, kill, and destroy, who wants to manipulate you, and who wants to use you to bring destruction, chaos, and confusion all around you. Like, it doesn't seem like a hard choice when it's put that way, but the choice is not always easy day to day, because the ways of the wicked one are very attractive to our flesh. The ways of our Father are very attractive to our newborn spirit, and so that's why you're going to have this conflict. Your flesh wants to follow one Father, your spirit up as equals and opposites. Once again, Satan, the devil, is not an equal opposite to God, but he does represent the choice before us of what is contrary to our good Father and our Master Jesus. The kingdom that's contrary, the age that's contrary, the wisdom that's contrary, and we could say the fatherhood, the fathering, the shaping of our nature that's contrary. All right, I'll leave it there. Keep it around 11 minutes. God bless you. I love you. I hope this is helpful to you in any way as you just go through your day and listen. And maybe come back and listen again today. Just give it another 11 minutes to refresh your mind. God bless you. Bye.